Okay, today's the day before Halloween, Tuesday, October 30th. But don't worry, today's lesson is not scary. We're just going to continue on from what we learned last Friday with Miss Gupta, or last Thursday with Miss Gupta. We're going to add on. So today we're doing Eureka Math Lesson 2.14, Module 2, Lesson 14. You'll see that your learning goal is exactly the same as last Thursday. Give me a thumbs up if you noticed that. Yeah, but don't worry, you're not doing exactly the same stuff. Okay, I'll show you how it's different in just a little bit. We're going to start today by drawing and labeling tape diagrams to show each of the following. So for example, the first one says, express one day as a fraction of 1 week. Okay, so I'm going to show you what that might look like. If this is 1 week, if this piece of tape is 1 week, and I label it as 1 week, how could I show 1 day? Is 1 day going to be bigger than 1 week or part of 1 week?
Part of 1 week.
Okay, how do I divide that week into days? How many sections would I need? Niv?
7.
How do you know I need 7 sections?
So there's 7 days in a week.
Okay, so now there's 2 sections, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Are there 1, 2, 3, 4? Yeah, there's 7, right? So how much of that is 1 week? Well, one of these sections is 1 day. So how many sections did I color in altogether? 1 section. Out of a total of how many sections? 7. So we could say that 1 day is what fraction of a week?
1/7.
So we can write in your notes, draw the tape diagram and write in your notes that 1 day is equal to 1/7 of a week. This one says to express 1 foot as the fraction of 1 yard. So which one's going to be bigger, 1 foot or 1 yard? Okay, so let's first draw our whole tape is 1 yard. Draw a piece of tape and label it as 1 yard. How many feet can fit into 1 yard, everyone?
3.
3. So I have to split that yard up into how many equal sized sections?
3.
3. And do you agree that one of these is 1 foot? Go ahead and label it. So therefore, 1 foot is equal to what fraction of a yard?
1/3.
Okay, so write this conversion. 1 foot is equal to 1/3 of a yard. We colored in 1 section out of a total of 1, 2, 3 sections. Today, we're going to use the same exact format to help us convert units. But this time, instead of converting from a smaller unit to a bigger unit, a bigger unit to a smaller unit, we're going to be converting from a smaller unit to a bigger unit. Okay, this problem's asking us to convert from days to weeks. Which one's bigger, 1 day or 1 week?
1 week.
Okay, so we're going to use the same format though, okay? We start with 14 days, so we know that that's 14 copies of 1 day. I want you to notice our original units was days, and so that's why we're separating it out into 1 day. But our new unit, we want to change it to what? Weeks. So we still have the original 14 copies of, but now we have our new unit of weeks. Everything in the parentheses needs to be equal. Because we have 1 day in the parentheses, we need that to be equal to what's down here. So 1 day, let's think to ourselves, 1 day is equal to how many weeks?
1/7.
So what needs to go in the parentheses there? 1/7 of a week. Now we need to multiply. We need to do 14 times 1/7. Oh, this brings back what we learned in 4th grade. 14 times 1/7. Hey, if I have if I have 1 apple and then I do 14 copies of it, how many apples do I have? 14 apples. If I have 1 book, but then I make 14 copies of it, how many books do I have?
14.
If I have 1/7 and then I make 14 copies of it, how many sevenths do I have? 14. So is this 14 sevenths? What's 14 sevenths equal to? 2. So 14 days is equal to 2 weeks. My original unit is in what, Geffen? Feet. And I want to change it to become what, Geffen?
Yard.
Very good. Okay, so I'm going to start by writing out 24 feet equals 24 copies. What's my original unit? 1. What's my original unit? Does 24 copies of 1 yard equal 24 feet? No, let's be careful. Thank you. Okay, I'm trying to get it into what units? yards, right? So I have to do 24 copies of some number of yards. So you have to think in your head, 1 foot is the same as how many yards? 1 foot is the same as how many yards, everyone? 1 foot is the same as 3 yards?
1/3 yard.
Oh, 1/3 of a yard. Do you see how you need to really think about what's going to be the same and what's not going to be the same? Okay, now I can multiply. If I have 24 copies of 1/3, is that the same as 24 thirds? Yes. Okay, what's 24 divided by 3?
8.
So therefore, 24 feet is the same as 8 yards.